Yo, Terrence Howard just exposed Hollywood in a big way, and Diddy's name is all over it again. Wait until you hear what Terrence Howard had to say on this recent podcast. Let's go. Terrence Howard spills Hollywood's darkest secrets. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on the IE network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and we are doing the celebrity deep dive into the shadowy underbelly of Hollywood secrets, conspiracies, and some jaw-dropping claims that just dropped. Terrence Howard, yeah, the guy from Iron Man and Empire, just did an interview that got the internet buzzing. He's calling out Puffy, aka Diddy. He's calling out Hollywood and dropping some cryptic warnings about losing your man card. What does it all mean? And how does this fit into the bigger picture of Hollywood's dark side? Stick around because I'm breaking it all down for you. Plus, digging up some overlooked celebrity confessions that make you question everything. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and let's get into it. So let's start with the big one. Now, in a recent sit down with Patrick Bet David on the Valuetainment podcast, shout out to them, dropped just yesterday, April 4th, 2025. Terrence Howard didn't hold back. He straight up said, and I quote, "Puffy tried to F me." Yeah, you heard that right. He's alleging that Sean Diddy Combs made a move on him and not in a friendly and not on no hetero vibes. Or there, not on no let's collab on a track kind of way. Now, this isn't just some random gossip. It's a bold accusation that ties into a lot of the rumors swirling around about Diddy lately, especially with those lawsuits and allegations about wild parties and coercion. But Terrence didn't stop there. He went deeper, saying you should never give up your man card, because once you do, it's over. What's that about? Well, let's unpack it. All right, so what's this man card Terrence is talking about? From what he said, it sounds like a metaphor for integrity, masculinity, or maybe even your personal power in Hollywood. In the interview, he implies, all right, that there is an unwritten rule in the industry. If you compromise yourself, whether it's through shady deals, giving in to the pressure, or in this case, rejecting advances like Diddy's or other big executives, you keep your card. But if you fold, if you let someone take that from you, you're done. Your reputation, your leverage, your soul, it's gone. He's framing it like a conspiracy. Hollywood's elite use power plays, sometimes sexual ones, to control people. Once you give in, they own you. And Terrence, he's saying he refused to play that game, even if it cost him. Now, this isn't just about one encounter, it's a warning. He's hinting at a system where stars are tested, pushed to see how far they'll bend. And this is not the first time we've heard this, right? Remember Russell Simmons' grandson? No, it was his nephew had said something about this, right? Also, remember the rapper Ali Vegas? He came out and made accusations about the same exact thing, right? And if you've been following Hollywood conspiracy theories, this fits right into the narrative of secret cabals, blackmail, and the casting couch on steroids. Terrence is basically saying, I saw the trap, but I didn't fall for it. Now, this isn't the first time Terrence had stirred the pot. If you followed him, you know he's got a history of saying wild stuff. Back in 2015, in a Rolling Stone interview, he unveiled Terryology, his own math system, where he claims 1 times 1 equals 2. Weird, right? But he tied it to the bigger idea of rejecting what the system tells you to believe. Now, I still don't believe Terryology, but I get his point. Then, in 2024, he went on the Joe Rogan Experience and said he could kill gravity and remembers being born. Now, people called him crazy, but here's the thing. Maybe he's been trying to expose a deeper truth all along about Hollywood, about control, and about fighting the narrative. Now, in that Rogan interview, he also hinted at betrayal in the industry, like how he got pushed out of the Iron Man after helping Robert Downey Jr. get the role. He felt stabbed in the back. Now, tie this to the Puffy story, and you see a pattern. Terrence keeps pointing to a Hollywood where loyalty's a myth and power comes with a dark price. But Terrence isn't alone. Other stars have dropped hints about Hollywood's dark secrets that got buried. Take Corey Feldman. Back in the 2000s, he was screaming about a PDF ring in the industry. He named names, right? He said he and Corey Haim were abused as kids. I guess the names weren't big enough because the media brushed it off. Then, of course, there's Kanye West. In 2016, he ranted about mind control and fake friends in Hollywood before getting hospitalized. Coincidence? Or how about Dave Chappelle? Remember he walked away from $50 million deal and later said the industry tried to break him because he wouldn't play ball? These stories got overlooked or dismissed as rants, but they echo what Terrence is saying. There's a machine and it chews people up. Even Roseanne Barr once tweeted about elites eating babies. Now, I know that's a little far. I don't know about that. Crazy, sure, but it's a part of this whole conspiracy lore about Hollywood's hidden rituals. Point is, these celebrities keep hinting at something sinister, and Terrence's man card line feels a lot like the latest piece of the puzzle. So, where does this all lead? Hollywood conspiracy theories have been around forever. Illuminati, secret societies, blackmail tapes. Terrence's interview fits right in. His Puffy story suggests a culture where actual pressure is a power move, the man card idea. It's like the code for resisting that control. And when you look at Diddy's recent legal mess, raids, trafficking, allegations, it's hard not to wonder, is this the tip of the iceberg? Are we finally seeing the curtain pull back on a system that's been whispered about for decades? All right, we're going to get into what Terrence said exactly about Diddy. All right, that is my breakdown of his bombshell interview and how it connects to Hollywood's dark secrets. What do you think? Is he exposing the truth or just stirring drama? Just bitter because it has not worked out for him in Hollywood the way he expected it to? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know which conspiracy theory you want me to tackle next. If you like this, smash that like button, share it with your crew, and subscribe for more deep dives and more celebrity news. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning everything. It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood. I'm out.
You know, there's a short life in
Why
the
do you
acting
think that
world.
is? What the creative side is?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. You know, who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, but when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card,
What is that? What do you mean by that?
you give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid, and next thing you know, once it go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that? Integrity. You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
I had no idea we're going to go this direction with the podcast. This is absolute. But listen, we've talked about it. We've had a lot of the guys on to talk about this stuff. Are you done with Hollywood because of this specific reason?
I'm still working. I still, I haven't made the money necessary to do all of the other stuff. So I still have to go and do the chitlin circuit. I still have to do the job that I need to. But eventually, I've done what I set out to do, which was to redefine the universe. I've proven what I've set out to do, and that's why I have all the patents. Whether they evaluate it or not, that's up to them. But I've done the work and finished it. Now I can go on and do whatever else we need to do.